Welcome everyone. I'm so excited today. I get to introduce you all to our new Senior Account Executive for Clinical Trial Services at SGS Nutrasource, Joanna Wozniak. Joanna, thank you for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you.
Excited because we get to dive in a little bit about your history, your experience, the many years you've had in the industry. So let's start off with your experience. You've worked in this space for about 20 years. What really drove you into the nutraceutical space and pharmaceutical area?
Well, realizing that the power of that we have, really to improve our health with, through the gut, through our second brain actually, and the impact that we can do in, influencing it on how we, eat, what we intake, and all the science behind it. So it was really very exciting to realize how microscopic elements have such a powerful influence on us. And really then afterwards with the market and the industry and the customers and looking how we can really bring that basically science to life and available to everyone. And now with SGS Nutrasource, we can really do that as a team. So that's very exciting.
Well, we're excited to have you join the team. And to hear you speak, it really comes from a place of passion. And you can see that you really love and you enjoy what you do. And we're very lucky to have you on board and to share that passion, not only with us, but with the industry and our customers. You've worked in many regions, right? North America, you've worked in Europe and Asia. Can you give us some key lessons that you've learned from the differences in those different regions?
Yeah, so cultural specificity, that we can say is a common denominator as well when it comes to the consumer attention towards their health, towards longevity. And we, even though, let's say, we see some areas, like Europe, for instance, as one geography, it's actually not, right? So you have to be aware of the local and basically like a global type of approach where you have either a global perspective with a regional or more local understanding of the culture, of the challenges, and all the environmental, we can say, variables that affect our customers and their realities in order to, do what they want to do. But
So a tailored approach, just like in clinical trials.
Yes.
Speaking of your new role at SGS Nutrasource, what excites you the most about joining us and our team?
Actually, it's really expanding the SGS Nutrasource expertise in new markets, such as EMEA or maybe other ones that we have strategically identified as key. And also bridging the gap between the clinical trial services and being more present with our customers, closer to them and accompanying them in this journey on, taking them into, their commercial goals and being a partner, right?
Creating that strategic partnership from concept to claim.
Yes.
Right? You've seen the industry involved in all these different regions. What are some of the niche challenges that you see that stand out right now?
Well, one of the challenges is the economic crunch, right? Less spending power. And consumers are really looking for more efficacious products. They want to believe in the promise by the brand because they're really dedicating their hard-earned, money into something that will bring them a healthy solution and the trust in the brand that they need. With that as well, of course, comes strong regional regulatory frameworks. So really it's very key, right? And delivering to the consumers the gratification for their purchase and the transparency and the trust that comes with the brand. So it's really, how much does the brand value that relationship with the consumer in terms of delivering on the promise.
On the promise of the claim.
Yes.
And if a brand's just starting out with clinical trials, what do you think they usually overlook or underestimate?
Yeah, so really the ultimate priority to look at it from, let's say, a holistic approach is what is the commercial goal that needs to be achieved, right? And then from that, we can almost compare it to as an analogy to building a house. Really considering, yes, the ultimate goal, what kind of house do you want, but looking into the details, starting with the fundamentals, with everything that goes into having and building that solid home for the future. And we can consider, with that, let's say, different options, such as clinical feasibility or PK studies, preclinical, literature review, as
There's
well
so
as
many different aspects, right, to a home building or custom solutions around clinical trials.
So,
and even to your point about regions, right? Certain homes are more expensive in one area and less expensive in others. So regionality, I would assume, is the same.
Yes, and adapted to, again, we can say, rules of the land, right?
Rules of the land. And if a customer or a client doesn't have the budget for clinical trials, what could they do? What options do they have?
That's it. So the best way to discuss this is to really have an open conversation with the customer, seeing, okay, where are they at now? Where do they want to go ultimately? And developing a plan, action plan, we can say, of different steps that reflects actually their needs and the budget in that moment, building up to their future goals as well. So it's like building blocks, right? So you can build one on top of the other and ultimately, again, have a strong foundation.
Going back to what you were saying about creating a true partnership, right? It's not just one deal, one work product. It's about building that relationship moving forward so you become that strategic partner to the client.
Yes, because sometimes you do want to renovate your kitchen or bathroom,
and you
or
need to
add or tweak, or
you need a
line
reliable
extension.
contractor.
That's it.
So one of the things people might not know about Joanna is that she actually speaks 5 languages. So that's really interesting. Can you expand on that? Maybe give a little insight to our audience?
Well, actually, that's very helpful when it comes to the cultural sensitivities, as well as it's a great icebreaker.
I can assume.
Donc, on peut avoir une petite conversation en français.
Oui.
Możemy tam samo rozmawiać po polsku. O otras idiomas también.
See?
So.
And how has that shaped your ability to create that strong relationship with your clients? I would assume speaking in the language that they're native of definitely creates a stronger bond, but how have you seen that?
Yes, that, and they actually appreciate that we are doing an effort to understand them and that we might, be much more receptive as to the subtleties, right? And sometimes it really opens them up to having a more comfortable conversation and dialogue, because they know that we can understand them in a maybe different aspects as well than just a specific topic of conversation.
And communication is key, especially when you're in sales, and it's about communication, transparency, and having that open dialogue. So I completely understand where you're coming from with that. Outside of work, going back a little bit to you on the personal side, what's the one thing that you think our audience would be surprised to learn about you?
Well, I'm a foodie. I'm a big foodie. So that goes with having had the chance to travel globally, to have all these, introduction to different cultures, discovering all the different types of foods and living in Montreal, that I have a weakness for just all types of food. So, yeah.
Well, thank you, Joanna. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you guys enjoyed learning to know more. And if you ever have any interest in clinical trial services, you know who to call.